Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be unboxing some bento supplies that I received for free from Bento & Co. And at the end of the video I'm going to show you some of my go-to meals for my kids' bento box lunches for school. And if you want to save 10% off of your order, make sure to use the code MARIESKAWAIIWORLD when you check out at Bento & Co. So first up I have these little lettuce cups, and you can use these to put kind of saucy or messy side dishes in your kids' lunch and use it to separate it from the rest of the lunch. A lot of times I'll use the little cupcake wrappers that are made for bentos, but these are a little bit more sturdy, so if you have something that might cause the cupcake wrapper to open up, I like to use the lettuce cup. Next I have these adorable little animal cups. This is another thing that you can use to put side dishes in, and it comes in 3 different sizes. I think this is really good for like a dipping sauce, especially if you use the little chicky one or the piggy one. But you can also use it to put side dishes in, like those. I think I put those small Korean black beans in these before, and they don't click together, but they kind of fit together like Easter. They're kind of like the Easter egg plastic. And the heads just sit right on top, so they don't click in and they're easy to remove. Super adorable. These are silicone leaf separators, and not only do they add a nice touch of greenery to your bento box, they're kind of made to separate different dishes. I don't know if you guys remember from the sushi boxes, they have those little grass pieces. They're like plastic grass cuttings that they use to separate like the wasabi or something like that. And so these things work the same way, and they have multiple sizes, and they also just add a nice little pop of color to your kids' lunch. So I've tended to use that narrow green leaf that I just touched the most out of all of these, but they're all different sizes, so you can just fit whatever you need. Okay, these sauce bottles are so adorable. They come with a miniature funnel, and you can use it to fill the sauce bottle with like soy sauce or tonkatsu sauce or something. I think I'd recommend something that's a little bit more liquidy because it'll be easier to squeeze out of the bottle. I think what I put in here was a mixture of vinegar and soy sauce because when I make fried mandu for my kids, I like to give them a little bit of vinegar and soy sauce, and I usually just pour it over. But I think it probably tastes better if it's fresh, like if you pour the sauce over right before you eat it. So that's where these things would come in handy. They are kind of tedious to clean, but they're just so adorable. I mean, how could you not want to use these? So I think actually like a tonkatsu sauce would be really good because sometimes when I give that to my kids, it could get really messy in the lunchbox. So these will help keep the sauces separate and not make a huge mess on everything. So I also picked up these 3 bento box bands. Love the Soot Sprite. These are all Studio Ghibli themed, and I think these would look good on a wooden lunchbox, but we don't have any of those. Maybe my kids will start using them when they get a little bit older. But I use this to put on my Totoro bento box. Sometimes like the rubber inner thing doesn't stick properly, so I'll use one of these just to secure the lunchbox. And then I have this Totoro one. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I think I like the Kiki's Delivery Service one just because it's so vibrant, but these are also really cute too. And I did see another YouTuber use something like this on a journal, like to keep their journal together. So I think that would be really cute. So now I got a whole bunch of bento picks. This one is the fruit one. And I like how they packaged it. It looks like they're, sitting on the shelf waiting to be picked at the market or something like that. So adorable. So I use a lot of bento picks, and I just wanted to refresh them because even I get tired of looking at the same ones sometimes. So Bento & Co. has quite a nice selection. I also picked out these little koala bento pics, super adorable. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I will film the lunches that I make for my kids, and I usually just put the bento pics into a cherry tomato. That's the easiest for me. Sometimes I'll do like a quail egg, and that also makes a nice bed for the bento pics. Or like sometimes I'll put it on top of a piece of broccoli. And I have some eyeballs that are actually really cute that I got from Bento & Co. And I love putting those on the broccoli because it makes it look like a little broccoli person. And then next we have these sea creature pics. I love these ones. Love the little sea otter. I've been wanting to get some sea creature pics for a while, so I'm glad that I finally got some. And then we have these dinosaur ones. I know that lots of kids like dinosaurs. My daughter, my younger one at least, really likes dinosaurs too. So these are so cute and so perfect. I like how they have the little baby ones in the eggs. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of my go-to meals for my kids' bento box lunches. The first one is masago rice. I'll mix Korean seaweed flakes with Japanese fish eggs. And then I'll chop up some veggies like cucumber, cilantro, and green onion. And I have some tomatoes. And then I'll top the rice with the veggies. And here I'm just adding a side of seaweed salad and braised lotus root. And then I always like to give my kids a little fruit side. So we have strawberries and blackberries. And then I'll pack them a snack. I usually wash the rice the night before, and then I put it in the rice pot and I set the timer so that it cooks at 6 in the morning. So this next dish is really simple. I just soft boil some eggs. I try to cook them for about 7 to 7.5 minutes so the inside is still a little bit runny, because that makes the rice really rich. And then I'll douse the eggs in soy sauce and give them some other side dishes. Here I have a carrot and daikon salad, some anchovies, celery, and cherry or grape tomatoes. And I season the rice with shiso furikake. Another thing that I really like to make is unagi don, which is eel. And I buy these packages from Seiwi, and I just cook the eel in the air fryer for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then I put it over rice with green onions. When I bring it for myself, I like to add a little dab of wasabi, and it's really good. I always like to add a little veggie, and I think cucumbers taste really good with eel. Another thing I like to make is these mini fried wontons, and I get them from Seiwi, and I just fry them on the pan for like, I don't know, 5 to 8 minutes. This time I'm using the little soy sauce dispensers, and I'm adding soy sauce and vinegar so they could season their wontons with it. And I usually make some side dishes for the week, and like I reuse them every lunch. So for this week I had the daikon and carrot salad. This next one is a spicy Korean garlic soy sauce chicken. It has sort of like a sweet glaze that reminds me of orange chicken, and it's a little bit spicy. So one of my daughters doesn't really like it, but the other one likes it. For my daughter that doesn't like it, I just won't put the sauce on, and she just has like plain fried chicken. I always try to add a fresh vegetable. One of my favorite things to use is broccoli, and I always use grape tomatoes for some reason because we always seem to have those in our house. Next I have the Yoshinoya beef bowl. I heat up this pack of meat in the microwave for like 1 to 2 minutes, and this one was a favorite of my girls for a while, but now I think they're getting kind of tired of it. And it's just really easy, and you just put it over rice, add some veggies and side dishes, and you're done. So in the fall and winter we like to eat oden, which is a fish cake, and we'll make a big pot of like fish cake soup and have all different kinds of fish cakes. You can buy this at the Asian grocery store. I got mine from Seiwi. And so like sometimes if we have leftover, I'll just pack it in the kids' lunch with some side dishes. Here I have like some shiitake mushrooms, some hijiki seaweed salad, and celery and grape tomatoes. So we must have had celery in our house. It's not really common that I'll put that in bento, but I guess we must have just had a lot of extra at that time. It's not really something that keeps well. I think it has to be cold, but you know, I just give them what I have. So this next one is a veggie and beef hamburger patty. One of my daughters likes this, the other one doesn't. And I just dip it in egg and fry it on both sides. So my younger one is starting to complain a little bit about the food that I give her, and you know, sometimes she eats it all, sometimes she doesn't. My older one is a really good eater, so I started to get annoyed because she was starting to complain, and I was just like, you know what, we don't have a restaurant here, and if you don't like what I'm making, you can buy lunch. So we'll see. Here I'm making this egg omelet, which is like a Japanese style egg omelet, tamagoyaki. Sometimes I will put cheese, sometimes I'll put scallions. Here I'm using seaweed flakes, and it looks like I'm making a mini one. But a lot of times I'll just give them the tamagoyaki as their protein, and I'll give them like 2 or 3 pieces, and that'll be pretty good. So this particular week I had this hijiki salad, which is like a Japanese seaweed salad, and I got the recipe from Just One Cookbook, which is where I get a lot of my Japanese recipes, and I thought that the little animal cups were just perfect for holding that. Anyway, that's all I have for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some ideas for making lunches for yourself or your kids. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And you can use the coupon code that I have in the description box below to purchase any of these items from Bento & Co. and save 10%. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.